Good morning. Here we are. This is a different perspective, isn't it? You are at 6:33 Wake Up. I am Kimberly here sharing the life and the message. Now, here's a bit of the life today. I am on the way for that procedure to be done today. I am going for that inside look. Wonder what will be. But I can tell you one thing, I am not full of it. That is true. So today, I bless us and I pray that you and me, we have eyes to see, ears to hear, hearts to receive and react for that which God has for us today. Yep, here we go. I'm doing my best to hold this camera steady, but I wanted to get this done. And no, I'm not the one driving. So we are going to continue at Matthew 14. Woohoo! That was a bump. At verse, where are we here? So you got my little Bible, so it's harder to see. Verse 13. Matthew 14:13. It says, and when Jesus got the news. Now, if you remember yesterday's episode, John the Baptist was beheaded, right? And so now it's saying that Jesus got the news. Now, John the Baptist was his cousin. And, I'm sure this was very devastating news. And it says that he slipped away. Whoa, we're bouncing all over the place. There's so much snow and ice and frost in the roads where it's an adventure. So when Jesus got the news, he slipped away by boat to an out-of-the-way place by himself. He wanted time to be alone, time to grieve. I'm sure there are many times in your life and my life that we want that too. In fact, I'll tell you, my favorite time is being alone. Well, but truth is, I'm never alone because I am with my Father all the time, and that is my favorite place. So now, it says here that Jesus was unsuccessful because someone saw him and the word got around. Soon, a lot of people from the nearby villages walked around the lake where he was. When he saw them coming, he was overcome with pity and healed their sick. Toward evening, the disciples approached him. We're out in the country, and it's getting late. Dismiss the people so they can go to the villages and get some supper. But Jesus said, there's no need to dismiss them. You give them supper. All we have are 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, they said. Jesus said, bring them here. Then he had the people sit on the grass. He took the 5 loaves and 2 fish, lifted his face to heaven in prayer, blessed, broke, and gave the bread to the disciples. The disciples then gave the food to the congregation. They all ate their fill and gathered 12 baskets of leftovers. About 5,000 were fed. Now, this is one of my favorite stories. I love miracles. I pray almost every day that signs, wonders, and miracles will follow me. And I believe them. I expect them. I have had some experiences in my life of receiving miracles, and I long for more. I want to see more. I believe that, the stories, I've heard stories of Heidi Baker comes to my mind where, she had hundreds or more of orphans and there wasn't enough food, and she done this very thing. She looked up to heaven and thanked God and blessed the food, and everyone ate and there was leftovers. I've heard stories of, people not having enough and praying and there was more than enough. I've heard countless miracles, signs, and wonders that are happening, and you and I need to have our eyes to see and our ears to hear and our ears and our hearts to receive and believe that they actually can happen. You are not going to see a miracle in your own life if you are not asking for them. You are not going to see the wonders of the world and what is happening in the world by the power of God if you are not looking for them. I can remember, oh gosh, what was his name? Joshua Mills. He was a young man from London. Now I suppose he's probably not that young, still probably younger than me. But, he was traveling the world. There was an anointing on that young man that literally, when he started to preach, oil, real oil, dripped from his hands and his feet. And gold dust appeared in the rooms and on people and all over him when he preached. You can be skeptical if you want to be and think that this is all just a setup and everything, but I choose to believe that there are signs, wonders, and miracles, and they do happen today, and I am asking for them, I'm believing for them, and I hope you do too. So I think I said this yesterday too. If we aren't expecting God to talk to us, then we're not going to hear him. If we are not expecting to see him in our world, then we're not going to see him. And so it does matter. It absolutely does matter. Now, the next part of the story is one of my favorites as well. I'm hoping I'm not giving you car sick. Actually, I think I'm going to stop today because I might be making you car sick because my camera is jumping around so much. So pray for me today. If you see this today, this is a Thursday morning, because, going to get that inside look. So I pray for you that you know that you are blessed and that you go out today and you be a blessing, because that's your job. Bye-bye.